And right now in this country and New York State, a victory isn't my life getting better. A victory is the other guy losing.
Yeah.
That's it. It's the other guy loses, I win. Is your life any better? Oh, no, not at all. My life's still garbage. Oh, but the other guy lost. I own the lib, or I got the Trump supporter, or whatever. If I'm left or right, I want one of those two. And I say that, and oh, I won. Yeah, but you still can't afford your rent.
Yeah.
You still can't buy a new car, man. I don't care if the other guy lost. You still hate your job. I mean,
yeah.
What are you doing?
Yeah, there's such like an incremental in such a good way, because I think, again, back to it, a lot of people want to believe, and I think a lot of people do believe this, particularly in politics, that they're smarter, that they have the moral high ground, that I
100%.
have the right answer, and whatever I have to do to get that right answer implemented, I'll do it. And what you're bringing forward, which I think, again, there's a lot of logic to, is to say you could have the right answer. First of all, I would argue nobody has the right answer. There's very rarely a clear right answer that somebody could say with 100% certainty. But even if you did, if you implement it with the wrong process, it totally defeats the value you get from that answer. And what you're saying is, let's shoot for the best answer, but we have to make sure we get the process right. Because if we do that, at least we're moving in the right direction.
Well, when I teach this all the time, people don't really understand this. Well, I teach team building and with businesses and such. And what I say is, a great plan implemented by people who don't care will do worse than a terrible plan implemented by people who care. Because if people care, they will change the plan.
Yeah.
Right? They'll say it's not working.
Yep.
Change plan.
Yep.
People who don't care will just follow the plan. And if it fails, so what? It's not my plan, whatever.
I still got my job.
Still got my job. I don't, that's your plan, Terry. Ain't my plan, Terry. I don't care. It's Terry's plan. Whatever happens, happens.
Well, let me ask you on that, Larry, because I want to ask, as we're getting a little bit towards the end here, to switch gears a little bit personally for you. So for you, why? Why is this such a passion for you? Why? I mean, there's some obvious answers you can give, right? But there's not a lot of people doing what you're doing.
No one
You've been a Marine, obviously. You've served your country in that way. Been a business owner. Now the second time you're running for governor. What is it? What is it about that calling? What is it that makes you feel like this is what I need to be doing with my life?
Every other person trying to run independently has dropped out. I'm the only one doing it now. I'm the only one still running. The two major parties are running, and that's it. And they're both establishment politicians. Yeah, I'm the only one running. There's something to remember. In 2018, there were 5 people running for office. I was the only one not getting a government check. This year, there are 3 people running. I'm the only one not getting a government check. Our system is made for those who are part of the system. It's not made for the outsider. It's not made for. So that's bad. I was actually going to leave New York. In 2017, I was tired of it. I was like, I'm out. I got to go. And for what I do for my day job, I need big business around. One of the reasons why I live in New York City, big business. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go to another city that's a good sized city and has big companies. And that was Charlotte, North Carolina. So I thought, you know what? I'm going to go to Charlotte. I went down there, look around. What I found was I can sell my shoebox of a house I have in Queens and buy a mansion in North Carolina and have money left over. I'm like, wow, and pay less taxes. Oh my God. So instead of moving, as many people do, and I get it, I'm not mad if you move. I wish you wouldn't. I'm disappointed, but I understand completely why you do. I got mad and I said, I'm going to go back. Why does my state suck so much? New York State is a beautiful state with anything you can imagine in it. And its government so oppressive, it breaks up families. Literally, people are moving away. My mom died in South Carolina because she couldn't afford to retire here. So that happens all the time. So I said, you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to run for governor. I'm going to win and fix the state. That did not go as planned. So I did not win. However, when I ran, that's when I understood the system. And I saw how broken the system was, and it got me angrier. So I decided I'm doing it again. And I'm doing it again to sort of break the system. And the system has been even harsher to me this year. This year, the system has been harsh to me. The Conservative Party literally sued me in civil court to get me off the ballot. So they're going out of their way to make sure I do not run. They're punishing me, trying to get me off the ballot because they know that I'm actually a threat. Why? Because I know who they are, I know the system, and people follow me. I got 100,000 votes last time. People still know me. I've been on Joe Rogan, right? People know what I'm doing and who I am, and they know that. And I'm not part of the system. They don't like that at all. And I get it. I understand it. I think it's horrible, but I understand it. So I'm still running. But there's a more important piece, though. And this is going to sound a little bit hyperbolic, but I think you'll understand it. We are more divided as people than we've ever been. We politicize everything. Every single thing we politicize. There is no need to politicize so many things, which means We're not saying yes because we believe it. We're saying yes because our team said to say yes.
Mhm.
How can we fix our country if we can't talk to each other? And if we can't do that, we're going to fight each other. If this country falls into any form of civil distress, whatever that may, however that may manifest itself, it is not going to be good for us or our families or lives.
Mm.
I want to be able to say, if it goes that level, I've done my best.
Mm.
I want to create the third party, the mediator, the answer where you can talk to both. The only party that actually respects whether you're liberal or conservative, doesn't assume that you have to follow my will, that actually you can respect each other. The only one that can do that. I'm trying to make that happen. I'm hoping others will follow me. If others follow, then we can make this actually work. That is my hope. And if I fail, I fail. But in New York State for this year, there's no one else.